Thomas and I are just headed out, and when I put on my hat, he insisted on wearing his hat too, even though it's snowing today.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Burr. It's chilly 20 degrees out this morning. It's the feast of St. Andrew the Apostle, one of my favorites, the brother of St. Peter. And in the gospel today, we hear about the call of Peter and Andrew and then of James and John. And they were fishermen. And in the calling of these four men, it says that they were in their fishing boats, cleaning their nets, doing their fishermanly things one day. And the Lord came and called them, and they dropped their nets and followed him. And I remember one time hearing a homily about the calling of these men to be disciples of Jesus, and was kind of scandalized when the priest said, now, we don't know how many times they'd heard Jesus and if they'd heard how much they had known about him, or maybe they already knew him to some extent. And I was kind of scandalized by that because I had always kind of assumed that they had never met Jesus before and that he just showed up in their life one day and called them, and they dropped their nets and followed him, this mysterious figure. And maybe that's the case. But I'm not scandalized by it at all anymore, and here's why. I think a very important principle of the spiritual life is that the Lord calls us to follow him where we are. And there's so many great modern saints that have taught that. St. Teresa of Calcutta, Mother Teresa, St. John Paul II, St. Jose Maria Escriva, the founder of Opus Dei. And what's so important about that is otherwise we give ourselves a pass. We think, oh, well, the Lord's not calling me in some extraordinary way, so I'll just do the best I can with my life. And that's not discipleship, friends. Discipleship is following the Lord in the nitty-gritty of everyday life wherever we are. And in some ways, that's even more challenging than being called to do extraordinary things. As I was praying about that this morning, a thought came to mind. Where is the Lord calling me to follow him in my daily life, in my ordinary life? Is it giving up fear about some medical issue that I'm not attending to? Is it a tense relationship at work? Is it a fractured relationship in my family? Is it a sin that I know is nagging at me that I don't even really want to acknowledge? The Lord is calling every one of us where we are. If we're fishermen, he's calling us in our boats. If we're a mom, he's calling us in our motherhood. If they're whatever, he's calling us wherever we are. So may we have the courage to follow the example of St. Andrew and St. Peter and St. John and St. James to drop our nets and follow him.